Hey,
Hi guys,
we're back at it again.
back at it again. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast.
The time is now,
The time is now.
and today we'll be discussing
A topic both very near and dear to heart
that we love so
that we love so much.
that we practice, that we use, that we allow it to penetrate through us. So our topic for today is gratitude.
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 Appreciation.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Amen.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right. So you want to start off as we do? Let's
As
start
we
off
do.
with a question.
Go and get started.
Oh, okay. Okay, then. Me first. So I'm not gonna do that.
Why
No,
not?
it
That's
say admit
beautiful.
something. I don't even. I would have to think about I be these type
Admit
of
something in
questions.
gratitude.
Oh, admit something. Um.
Anyway, you're supposed to pull it for me.
Oh, right.
I'll
Oh
send
no,
these
no,
cards.
no. It's you. It's you. You go ahead. You can admit something.
So, if I have to admit something, and on the topic of gratitude, wow, I've known gratitude for a very long time. I've held gratitude's hands, even when times were rough and difficult, and I didn't have a way forward, and I didn't know what I was doing. I admit that I learned it from my grandmother. Actually, I'm going to say the deepest, but this is not really admitting something, but I would give the deepest acknowledgement to Grandma Crosswhite, because when I went to visit her, I was stunned by her level of gratitude. She said thank you all day long for every single thing.
Yeah.
Like, she took a step, she said, thank you, Jesus. She sat down, thank you for allowing me to sit down. When she got up, she thanked the seat.
Yeah.
Like, I had never seen nobody with that level of gratitude. And I would just say that I had traveled to the States for her 100th birthday. And I admit that was the day that I graduated also from Sapir, and I missed the flight. And by the time I got there, she was in the hospital and she was mumbling, and all the cousins was around, and the nurses kept saying, she keep mumbling something, but we don't know what she's saying. And everybody, like, in unison said, she's probably just saying thank you over and over again. So that was like her favorite word. That's my greatest memory of her. Whole lot of other ones, but shout out to Grandma Christlight
Yeah.
for, instilling an
That-
in-depth gratitude for everything. And pretty much I can say that when we interact as crosswhites, the cousins, my uncle, even my dad, everybody was just always laced in this gratitude that Grandma gave us as a legacy. So
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Yeah. Wow, thank you. Thank you, wild card. All right, so now it's your turn. What's been the best compliment a stranger has ever given you? I think I feel like
I
we
feel like
did
I was
that
about to say. I feel
before,
like we did
but
that.
it's
Nah, you
another
can go
moment.
ahead and feel free to pull another one.
Yeah.
Feel free. Feel free.
You kind of dodging the questions today. What's going on with you? All right, we'll pull another one. What are you more afraid of, failure or success, and why?
I am. I'm not afraid of either.
Why
But what am
not?
I more afraid of?
Yes.
I would say in my life as it's been, I was definitely more afraid of success than failure. Always.
Why?
Because they say you too much, too big, too everything.
So from the outside point of view,
Yeah.
that you too much of something when you're succeeding.
Because when you
Wow.
succeed, you stand out.
Right.
Right. And I think it was definitely I was on a no attention zone. Please.
Wow.
Please don't. So I think it was just
Wow. That's
something
interesting.
I would have never fully embraced. But as of now, how could I fear failure? being who I am,
How could you feel
born as I have been, lived the life that I have been.
What you saying? It wasn't no fear of failure because you feel like you failed?
No, I wasn't saying that.
Oh, okay. I kind of missed the point, so tell me the point.
Okay, my bad. I'm saying, why would I be afraid of failure? Like, I know myself. I'm confident in who I am. I broke down some barriers and walls, so
you're not afraid of failure.
And I'm not really afraid of success, but if I was leaning towards one way, it would be more success than failure.
That's so interesting, right?
Yeah, because that's why that poem, that always resonated with me, but I never really wanted to fully be like, that's my one. But like our greatest fear is not that we are
inadequate.
Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. I thought that was, I'm like, they were saying something on that one. They were saying something on that. I couldn't really fully tap in.
Well, you know where that quote come from, right?
What?
A Course in Miracles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's Nelson Mandela was the person who apparently made it famous, but actually it comes from A Course in Miracles.
And that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
We tapping into the gratitude bag.
Yes. So ask yourselves, like, take a wild card and connect it to gratitude, and ask a question in a wild card, and then for the next question. What are you more afraid of, success or failure?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah. And I would say, like, if you would have asked me some time ago, then maybe I would have said failure. But it was never failure. It was like success just wrapped up in a little thing of failure.
Mm-hmm. The whole standing out, the success energy and what happens when we succeed and what we avoid someone saying about success. Because, success it leaves footprints.
Yeah.
And it also tells a story. And it's a huge story. But it could be a small success. And why would we quiet that small success? So all success is small successes compiled.
Yeah.
One success after the next. You remember when you were in, I want to say you were 12, 11 or 12. And you had all of your...
and I did that. Another one.
And another one. She had received, she was on the honor roll pretty much all her life. And at one point she made a video of her saying,
it was the DJ Khaled, it was like DJ Khaled era, another one. So I just did a little video. I thought it was cool. I posted it. I was feeling kind of, But I would say what was you about to say?
No, go ahead.
No, because I was going to take it somewhere else.
Go ahead, take it where
you want to take it. Let's say on that same token, let's say I did that video and the success in the compiled of like that, those small grades are ultimately what made that report card, and that's what made the achievements, and that's what made whatever. I remember this one time, and it was probably around that same age, maybe 13, maybe 11, 12, 13. No, it had to be. No, it didn't have to be anything. I don't know when it was. But it was this time, and I remember I went to go get a certificate, like to go get one of my things, and that was always something that was all. I never liked that. It was never. I wish they could give it to me in a class in the back.
Here we go. Don't.
Yeah, right. Because I got the grades. I know what I got. I don't really need even the whole public. Well, I didn't want it. And I remember it was some people, it was some ladies, grown ladies, and it had came the way that they was like, the way I went to go get it, I was so arrogant. I was like, oh, wait, pause.
And you were struggling in yourself,
and I was struggling to get up and go get it. And you gonna tell me I walked up there and I was so arrogant? I was just like, don't nobody need to see me. Yeah. Y'all don't need to see me. Y'all not even tapped into the real. Y'all tapped into the overly fake.
Well, that's interesting because someone else's opinion stop us from enjoying something that we have worked and we've actually accomplished. Because basically the grades was your thing. Like you went in the classroom, you understood the material, you gave the material back, you were curious, you wanted to know more, you were so intrigued by it. And this was something that was innate inside of you. And because of some outside opinions, you would have rather received it in the classroom. Yeah. Behind closed doors where everybody understood that you put the work in and that was your thing.
Yeah.
Wow. So question to you, audience. where in your life would you rather get it behind closed doors than to be publicly honored or recognized for something that you have achieved?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. That pit in your stomach that always feel like what they gonna say, what they thinking. Mm-hmm. Where does that land with you?
And it's like, I think in that moment, I had never considered that somebody would even think about that. You understand?
Right.
I never considered that because I was in my whole internal processing of it and how it felt for me, and I gotta get up right now. It was like crazy. Why would they wait to say my name last? You can say my name first.
You heard them yourself?
Nah.
Somebody told you?
I think somebody told me. So it was even more like irrelevant and random, and you don't know me. You don't know me at all. You know me from going up to get a tudatitstainu, and you think like I was perplexed. I'm like, oh man.
And that would tap into probably
because it's like ways that you don't even know that you're perceived. I'm not even knowing that I'm being perceived in this moment.
Right.
But it's like, okay, that reality is reflected back to me. I'm like, oh, I'm off that. I'm overly off that.
That's gonna go into a episode we'll do later on shame.
Yeah.
Because shame is a big story.
Shame is the culprit. Under everything.
Well, shame is going to definitely probably be the opposite of gratitude because I have to shrink myself. Gratitude expand you. It causes you to be in possibility.
Yep.
And in order to be in gratitude, you pretty much have to be in the present moment.
Yeah.
Because gratitude happens
in the present moment. When you're present in the present moment and you can acknowledge that you are here in the present moment.
Right.
Because you can be, but I think it's you grateful into the future. I don't know. That actually sounds kind of positive.
No,
You grateful into the future.
No, it kind of propel you forward to see what the possibilities are for the future.
Yeah.
But you can't really
because if you're grateful for a future moment that hasn't, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying with that.
Yeah. I know.
But I feel like I was trying to say, like, in order to be grateful, it's basically what you said. You would have to be in the present moment of what your now reality is, of what your now life is. If you are not grateful for today, don't think that you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to accomplish this and you're going to do that and suddenly you're going to be grateful for it. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're not going to be grateful, and that is not like you're going to do it. It's going to get done. It's going to be there. And the feeling that you have is still might be the same, because that feeling is a feeling that you can cultivate, the feeling of gratitude, the feeling of expansion, of possibility, of knowing that there is good out in the world and there's good within you and it's reflected outwards, is not going to just appear in your life one day. Once you reach these milestones, or once you do this thing, I'm going to get here and then I'm going to feel this feeling because I made it. No, when you get there, you're going to feel whatever it is that you feel right now. I read in, and this is cool, Osho, phenomenal, Joy, in his book Joy, that's a part of the concept. And it was like, a miserable today is only going to create a miserable tomorrow. The seeds that you water are what grows. And so if you can't find the gratitude in today, you're not going to wake up a year from now and life is going to change and it's going to be magically sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
Life is good all the time. Life is good right now.
Right.
And when we can see that and acknowledge that, it's like the possibilities for tomorrow expand, not because tomorrow expands, but because tomorrow I'm going to be still in my present moment of gratitude of the today.
Right. But is life really good, or is life just an experience?
Life is just, right?
Good and bad to it. It just seemed like we saying if it's sunshine, if things are just perfect, then it's good. And if I'm having a stormy day, it's bad. It's just an experience.
Saying life is perpetually good all the time.
No matter what the
experience is.
I got it.
And not necessarily good in terms of good or bad, but life is life. Life is going to be life. Life be lifing. Life will continue to life. It doesn't, man, I'm telling you, you're not like, you don't wake up one day and it just get easier. You don't wake up one day and it's like having done nothing and having you already in a negative mindset, it's not that you're gonna wake up and it's like, oh man.
But then that takes me into change, because change can happen with old man and a snap of a finger.
Yeah. But
you can wake up, you really literally
that's-
can, but it's a shift. It's a change that happens inside of you. It doesn't have to be a long road. It can actually something.
I think it's instantaneous.
Yeah, but something can happen. Something does have to happen in order to get that instantaneous. It could be a thought and it shift you. So what I understand healing to be is the moment that I choose to make the step forward to do it. It's not basically how many years I did it, how much therapy I have, who I sat with. It's the moment I say, it made sense. I'm ready. Like, gratitude makes sense in our world because we've been practicing it for so long, right? But for somebody else, this is... what
do I have to be grateful for?
Right. Or this is... Struyot b'mitak.
Yeah.
Like, y'all all on this
you think
optimistic and you high and you did
you're delusional. But really, you're naive.
You can be grateful in all circumstances. First of all, the fact that you're alive and you're allowed to experience whatever that circumstance is, be grateful for it.
Yeah.
Because God is in every space that you're going in. Which means there is no experience that you can possibly experience that there's not a force present for you to welcome you. And that is like so profound. And then if I'm in the image and likeness of the Creator, like I'm always good.
Like,
I'm always grateful.
I'm overly good. I'm always grateful. I'm always good.
I'm always going to find something to say, wow, thank you. So in the course of your experience, no matter what that experience is, be sure to ask yourself, what can I be grateful for in this?
In this. And something that I learned from you, and I don't know what you call it, but I call it it's like gratitude spirals.
Right.
And I love it because it can go from the smallest thing. Like, let's say right now, in this present moment, we're filming our podcast. I'm grateful for this microphone, but I'm grateful for the person who invented the concept of microphones. I'm grateful for the person who assembled this and put this up on a shelf. I'm grateful for the person that shipped it. I'm grateful for the delivery driver that bought it to my house. I'm grateful for whoever made online shopping that I could put my card information. I can be grateful for credit cards that they exist. It's like
grateful that you have that people experiences and opportunities invested in you to have the money to even be able to
purchase it.
So this is so beautiful because when my children were little, we did something called the lemon, right? So I've been drinking lemon water for a long time in the mornings, years. And one of the things that I found so beautiful was squeezing a lemon into the glass and thinking all the multitude of small steps that allowed this lemon to be in my home, for me to cut it, my eyes that have a sensation, my mouth that has a sensation when I cut the lemon, and the experience of the lemon. Right now I'm talking about a lemon. If you actually did an experiment with yourself and you imagined yourself cutting the lemon, and just the thought of taking one drop and putting it on your tongue, the salivation that happens in your mouth without a lemon even being present is something that you can be so incredibly grateful for, that your system resonates and understands this lemon that you don't even have in your hand. Now tap that with the glass that you hold in the water in, the ability to warm the water, the all the pipes, the filtration, the oceans, the seas, the people who worked in the field, the people who had to gather the seeds in order to plant this lemon, to seed it forward, the trees, the air, the sun, the earth.
That it was just the perfect conditions for that lemon to come out.
And be in my home, and I'm using it. Like, what more?
In the bowl that I get to sit it in, that, I don't have to use all my lemon right now. Maybe I could put it in the back, throw it in the refrigerator when I'm done.
And even when you get finished, are you using your products to give back to the earth, or are you trashing them? This way or that way, it's still just so beautiful because there are systems that make that happen. So nothing in our life is like able to me not to be grateful for.
Yeah.
This table, this glass, the sand, this is built from nature. Like,
I have to say, I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to do my research on glass because that is fun.
Sand.
They make glass out of sand.
Everything
God.
Everything in the end.
How does one do that?
Comes from the elements. And like, when you walk outside, imagine yourself walking, right? So when you're taking a step, one foot is up. You're in the air. Who's holding that foot up until the next one drop? Or when you're taking a breath in, when you hold that breath, what happens until you expel that breath? Like, it's so many things to be grateful for. So where you're sitting at in life doesn't have anything to do with your ability to be grateful for it.
Yeah.
And it's not ushukushu. It's not like, I'm not asking you to go into spooky land. And then if you actually do the research on gratitude, it propels you forward. It's such a gift. It's a presence that when you tap into it, you reach success easier and with more joy and with more happiness, and like what it does to your internal organs and what it does to your blood. And, you know, like Batia's body got attacked on its own, right? But even in the moment of the most crucial moments, I said in gratitude. We prayed in gratitude. We were grateful for the time we shared. In case our time was coming to an end, we were grateful for every moment that we were able to have up until that moment.
Yeah.
Instead of going into the automatic fear.
Yep.
Right? And to take us into the two states.
Even,
right?
Love and fear. And like, I would say even with that whole experience of Crohn's, it would have had to amplify my gratitude by 1 billion, because if you've ever been sick, think about having a stuffy nose. And now you like, oh my God. Remember when I didn't have a stuffy nose? Remember when I could breathe regular? Oh my God. I wish I could, you didn't even really realize and recognize how easily that breath is just flowing up your nose until it has that stop. So when I got sick, it was like, oh man, I'm in a whole different world. I'm thrust into an entirely different reality that I'm having to deal with, that I've never even considered as a possibility. And even in that, finding the gratitude, and even in that, finding the laughter. It's songs that I can listen to right now. Ski Master Slump God, oh my God. Me and my brother used to listen to that in the hospital. I'm hooked up and connected, and we doing videos dancing, because life is always gonna be what you make it. And life is always going to life. The journey is always going to journey. It does for everybody. It does for everybody. People, you could feel like you the only person life been, you in a chokehold. They got you. They got everybody.
And who is the they that have everybody? Is the they the past? Because when I compare, when I go back to what my life used to be, then I can't be in gratitude, because I'm so constantly trying to go back to yesterday. If I could only get back to yesterday. No, be here today, be in this present, sit with it, and be grateful that yesterday you knew what that breath was.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't go back to yesterday. Unfortunately, the only thing you can do with yesterday is go back in memory and look at it and say, wow. But even when you go back in memory, you're in the present moment doing that.
Yep.
Even when
you are in the present moment going back to the past. You're not in the past.
And even when you try to go into the future, you're still in the present moment trying to project,
go into the future.
Trying to project what you know today into the future. And in reality, you don't know what the future is going to be, because all of that plan that you have, that you just know for certain is going to happen exactly how you got it written down. God laugh at people with plans. That's what I like to say. Yesterday, I just knew I was going to get my 3 videos made. I had it planned. I had a short day at work. I was coming back home. I had it set up. And then life happened.
Yep.
And life was lifing. And before I knew it, it was 12 o'clock and I hadn't had those videos done. But I'm still grateful for every experience of every moment of yesterday. And now I'm sitting in today and I'm saying, are we going to get the videos done? If I get them done, wonderful. If I don't get them done, I'm still going to be grateful for the life that's happening
Yeah.
in this day, in this moment. Right now, I'm sharing this moment with Batia. This is in the moment.
In the moment.
How often do you find yourself in the moment?
Yeah. And even before we did this little, before we did this thing, we had our songs on. We was dancing. We was feeling good. But I think even that bringing you down into your body, into the essence of we are human beings, and feeling it and being and sitting in that, in the present moment, in the now, in the quieting your mind. And quieting your mind is usually, again, thoughts of what? The past or the future. Because right now, what would you have to think about? What could there possibly be to contemplate?
Even problems. When you consider problems, I want you to think about this. In this moment, I have no problem.
There is no
There
problem.
is no problem in
There
this
is
moment.
no problem.
But if I start thinking about what I didn't accomplish or what I want to accomplish or where I'm going or my next step, then I generate those problems. So you can say that, but if somebody is laying in the bed, hospital, and they dying, they have a problem. They're not.
They're
in
not.
that
They're
moment, they're laying
in the
bed.
hospital, dying on their way exit out. What's wrong with that? There's no problem in that.
They're in their body. They having their body experience. All the pointers led up to that experience, and now they having an experience. And if we were able to look at it as an experience and look at it and be grateful, like physically present, I get to witness something that I have not experienced, but I get to witness it. And in my witnessing it, he get to share with me what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Either via words or without words. But every moment is like a moment that I am able to be allowed the opportunity to experience something. כאילו, יש לי זכות.
Yeah.
ויש לי הזדמנות. And it's like, it's a privilege and an opportunity. It's not, זה לא מובן מאליו.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is. And,
Yeah.
and I think it's the most beautiful experience, you know. I have the privilege and the opportunity to allow people to meet themselves, right? And who gave me this privilege and this opportunity and this joy to be able to see somebody transform through their journey?
Yeah.
Now, their journey may be filled with trauma, emotional neglect, pain. The stories aren't like rosy stories.
Yeah.
But there's so many rosy opportunities in the story that when you attach to just the trauma and the drama, you miss it.
You miss it.
You
You don't even see it. You don't even know it's there.
You don't know it's there. Or when I suddenly tell you to be grateful for a traumatic experience you had because you were able to go through that process and now you can tell the story,
Yeah.
which means it made you sensitive to the next story that you are going to experience on your journey. It made my eyes open to be sensitive to children and the process children went through. That didn't come because nothing happened to me. Like
Yeah.
most healers have been in the shadow for so long, they experienced the shadow. So it's like coming through the shadow. Every time you come through another layer and that phoenix is being rebirthed through the ashes, like, why wouldn't you be grateful?
Yeah.
You get back up out of
got
the
back
ashes.
You got back up.
Whoa. And so it's like, if you had an opportunity to just show who you are and the magnitude of what you're able to witness, experience, be a part of.
Yeah.
Oh my God, for me, it's so much gratitude. I don't know about for you. I don't know how you are viewing this or what your concept is about it, but I know for certain it fills me up with so much joy, and it gives me so much pleasure to sit here with my daughter and just to hear her capture it as well. It's like you're not really capturing anything,
Yeah.
because it's always a river flowing through you. So even if you try to capture it, you can't hold the water.
Yeah.
It just runs through, you know.
It does. And I think about that now, and I think about like really because I just had a thought on the connection between gratitude and forgiveness, right? Because in order for me to be grateful for these traumatic experiences that I have had in my life, in order for me to look at it and see something different, it means that the story and the narrative that I'm holding in place in my mind has to be released. And sometimes we don't want to attach to that gratitude, because that gratitude means you gonna have to forgive. Yeah, you gonna have to let stuff go. Oh my God. To really be grateful, you're gonna have to let it go in the wind. And I think it's sometimes scary when you get attached to a storyline, because trauma happened in that moment. In that moment, it had its impact, but that moment is no longer the present moment, but our attachment to the fear and our attachment to the sense of self that has been drastically shaken, and now I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. The lack of trust. I cannot trust. And so therefore I'm afraid, and I have to attach, and I'm going to cling on to these stories, and I'm going to cling on to this soul, and I'm not going to let an ounce of gratitude in, because that means I have to come out.
And who am I without that story?
Yeah.
Without the attachment, without the holding on to that story. Who am I?
Yeah.
It's unknown. And everybody, on one level or another, the greatest fear is created because of the unknown. It's only, I don't know what's going to be behind that next step, but I'm still going to take that next step. So let me take that next step with a sense of wonderment.
Yeah.
With a sense of curiosity. And let me, detach from that storyline, because that story is, it's easy to pick that up. That's familiar. I know what that one is.
I know it. I could go, please. I could never have to do nothing again in my life, and I could sit on it and I could say, this happened to me, and this is why I'm like this, and I don't care. But my whole point in bringing that up, even what I was saying, that like, when you forgive and when you allow forgiveness into the scene, it's like, now I can be so grateful for those moments, because I can see the benefit that I've gotten from it. I can see the ways that it's built me up. I can see, and I know how resilient I've been. I don't have to look at it and say, oh man, this stuff didn't happen to me, and I'm so resilient. And the unknown is only going to take you to another part of yourself. That's it. It's clack that. No, because I've been in a lot of unknowns in life. Like, I've been in so many unknowns. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. My bad if y'all don't like vulgarity. But I didn't know like what was going on. But through those experiences, the only thing that I could have ever met, and the only thing that I have ever met, is myself. Deeper. Is myself. I know how I am when I'm sick. I know how I am after this. I know.
And when I meet myself fully, I meet you.
Exactly. Because I'm allowed to. I can.
Oh my God. It's all just one anyway. You see what gratitude take you? It takes you to so many rivers and so many oceans and so many forests, and it connect you with everything. It's no way to truly understand or tap into gratitude. Now, there is a fake gratitude that people, I'm so grateful for this. Oh, thank you.
They call it toxic positivity.
Oh, wow.
That's that's a whole name for that and everything.
Wow, interesting. Mm-hmm. So we're not talking about that level.
Yeah, it's not a Band-Aid. It's not, I'm going to put a Band-Aid on and I'm going to say everything is so good, and deep down I'm like, I don't even believe it, but I'm just going, well, you do need to fake it till you make it sometimes.
Well, sometimes, but if you're going to fake it till you make it, try to be in the present moment. Then there's no fake when I'm in the present moment.
There is no faking it. Yeah.
If a bee is,
you're not faking it. You're doing it.
Yeah. You can't try. You're doing it, right? Yeah. So if a bee flew past you, right, what would be your reaction to this bee?
Wow, a bee flew past me. I started feeling like, yeah. So I'm basically as beautiful as a flower. I'm a part of nature.
Oh, wow.
I'd be taking it somewhere else.
That's
now I take it like I'm really a part of nature. So why would a fly not land on me? Like, why would a fly not be? I'm in nature. Wow. I'm a part of nature. My whole human vessel is a part of nature and a part of this experience. When it rained on me too. When it's the sunshine, it shine on me too. Just how it is for the trees, just how it is for the birds, just how it is for the animals. And so when I encounter it, it always, I love for a bee to be in my proximity.
Yes. And then
I don't know about bumblebees, but next
then
time I see a bumblebee, I'm gonna see what my reaction is.
Because what is the
What's the
bumblebee
difference?
coming to do? Is it coming to harm you? And here's where gratitude takes a different turn. Because if nothing in the universe, in the elements, in the environment, no human, place, person, or thing in my mind and in my experience is coming to harm me,
Yeah.
then everything that comes, I'm open to the experience of
what
whatever
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
But if I have a list of things in my mind or
This
my
is going
spirit,
to harm
this
me.
is
This
going
is
to
going to
harm
harm
me.
me. This is going
like,
to harm
like
me.
people say, I hate snakes or I hate spiders. But if you don't have any kind of fear inside of you, the snake is going to slither on past. The snake
Yep.
came as a totem to give you some type of message. But if you're afraid of that totem, that snake, the snake is going to do what snakes do.
That's the message that the snake is giving you.
Right.
The snake is reflecting to you, I am afraid.
And snakes are going to be snakes. Nature is going to do what it came here to do. Right? A
Yeah.
snake is not, that snake was so slick, the snake
the
is going to
snake-
get you. That's what snakes do.
That's how they whole mechanism.
That's their job here. What's your job here?
Yeah.
And what did you come here for? And what do you do? Right?
Yeah.
What can you be grateful about yourself? What can you be grateful about your children? Can you be grateful about the home you live in or the lack of home?
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you're homeless, what can you be grateful for? If you're in a prison cell, what can you be grateful for? If you're ill, if you somebody you losing a loved one, if you just lost a loved one, what can you be grateful for? Look for the smallest things first before you go external to the huge things of, oh, I'm so grateful that I have this home. And when I get this home, I'm going to be so grateful for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm so grateful that I'm a home to myself. That when I touch my arm, I can really connect with my skin. And I connect with my blood because I'm just able to touch my arm. So what about the person who doesn't have a hand to do it? What about the person who is unable to do that? Well, then, whatever you touch with, if you're touching your bottom, if your leg's been amputated, and you're touching your bottom on a chair, be grateful for your bottom being able to touch the chair.
Yeah.
Because the chair is holding you up. So I tend to, everywhere I go, sometimes I say people should have a hidden crime on me. Because if I sit somewhere, when I get up, I'm going to look back and thank the spot for holding me there at that time.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be thanking the ground for holding me up.
Right. It's holding all of us up, though. So maybe your gratitude, when you say thank you to the ground, maybe she's smiling back at us.
Right.
And maybe she's saying, I'm gonna work a little more solid.
I love when your footsteps hit me, Bati.
Right? Your footsteps are so wonderful
They so
that when
unique.
they land. Yeah, they're unique, right?
Yeah.
And when you touch a tree.
Yeah.
Or when you sit on the grass. Like when you sit under the sun, have we stopped for a moment just to say, thank you?
Thank you.
It's personal and impersonal. The sun is
Yeah.
going to shine whether you say thank you or not because it's doing its job.
Yeah.
But what happens if you become personal in the impersonal?
Yep.
All
It's
right.
so much to be grateful
That's
for.
cool.
It really is. Through every experience is just an experience. And I think like when we decide that things should be in a different way, you decided that you shouldn't do that. Or you decided that you shouldn't have that, or that other people shouldn't do that, and this shouldn't be like that. So you can't find the gratitude in it because, well, before I had this, or,
The judgment.
the judgment.
The judgment is on one hand and the gratitude is on the other.
Yeah.
So if I'm judging you, I don't see you. I don't see a reason to be grateful for anything because I can't hold both spaces at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let us choose another card.
Yeah, on va. This reminded me in the army, we used to say schut, which is what's schut?
Privilege or
Yeah.
opportunity?
So we would be like, oh my God. We would wake up, but I don't know if we figured it out. Every day we like, schut לשרת פה, schut. Now sometimes that was fake. Sometimes that was like, we have the privilege. But every time, even in saying it, it created such a lighter, more fun experience. And sometimes that were really challenging, that we was managing a lot of stuff, but you get up every morning, you say, oh my God, I get the privilege to do this. I get the privilege to be in service. I get the privilege that somebody needs something and they know that they can come to my office and I can do it for them. I get the privilege of, man, I get the privilege to be me. That's everywhere I go.
That's so beautiful.
Everywhere I go. All right.
I just thought about mundane fanecha.
Yeah.
Right? When I learned that prayer, you open your eyes, and I'm saying thank you for your presence, for allowing me to come back to mundane fanecha melechai v'chayai she'exalta bi nishmati b'kemla rabba emunatecha. Kilo, that is just so beautiful. I am so grateful for the compassion, for the faith that you restore and that you bring back to me. Like, why wouldn't I open my eyes? And that's the first thing that I say every morning. Yeah. Like, the gratitude meet me in the morning. It meet me when I close my eyes at night, because for just a few moments, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to lay in this bed, to have a bed, to have cover to put over me, to have a pillow to rest my head on, to feel the softness and the joy of my sheets and my cover, like, and then for the privilege or opportunity for everything I experienced in that day. How many steps did I take?
Oh my God.
How many moments did I have?
Many stories that you have in your day. Many, many moments that you know because you are living your life and you see it. That person that you saw, that thing right there, that is just...
Talking to a client and we wrapping up and we talking about how we are not, we a zero, and the force or the energy or Yah or God or whatever your the understanding of your God is a 1, and together we are 10. And then a leaf just blow back past us, and we both look up and say, "See, we're just nothing." But it's just like you have all of these many clips of a story that are happening all day long. And are you tuned in, or is it just going over your head? They're just little things. It was just a little leaf, and it flew by. Yeah. And it dropped on the ground. And
it's just a little leaf.
It just is synchronized with us wrapping up this profound session. And then we walked away. And each one of us walked away a little softer than when we showed up. A little more joyful. Yeah. Just a little more expansion than when we showed up. So when you show up, are you able to be a little bit different than you were when you walked into the space? Yeah. And what makes that happen for you? Yeah. All right. You chose your card.
Oh, my bad. I'm like...
This is a funny card that I actually want to say, girl, put this back. This is unrelatable. But we're going to see where it goes. Okay. Since I'm asking you.
Oh, so you want me to... You going to ask first?
You ask first.
Okay. If you could prescribe me one thing to do for the rest of this month, what would it be and why? My mind was somewhere. I want to see where you go.
That is an interesting question. If I could prescribe you something...
For the rest of this month. Now, that's only about a week now.
Doesn't matter. Even if it was only a second. I would prescribe you the first thing that came to my mind was unconditional love. Oh. And then the second thing that came was unconditional forgiveness. Yeah. But they one and the same.
One and the same.
So definitely unconditional love, and I'll just tie in unconditional forgiveness to yourself and to everything and every person, every experience, and
unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
You are always loved beyond measure at any given point in time, no matter who you are and what you think you've done and what you think you haven't done. You are loved.
Who do you think my celebrity crush is? Exactly. Right?
Who was your celebrity? Girl. I'm stumped. Like you could answer.
I just didn't want to avoid the card.
Yeah.
So
I feel you. You can pull another one. Or unless, who do I think? Yeah.
sit with it for a second. Who do you think, whoever you're speaking with, their celebrity crush is?
What does it say? It's a wild card. I'm already knowing.
Rate your dancing skills on a scale of 1 to 10 on the count of 3. Say your answer out loud, both players.
Okay. Re-rating dancing skills. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10?
Uh-huh.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 5. Why you ain't... Okay, you're not even playing the game with me. You're doing your own thing.
Wait, because this is such a subjective question. Like, how could you rate my dancing skills?
Wait.
Rate your dancing skills on a scale of 1 to 10 on the count of 3.
Yeah,
say your answer out loud.
Rate your dancing
my
skills.
own.
Yeah.
All right.
You rate your dancing skills. We just say it at the same time.
Okay.
But I already said it. All right. We gonna go again. All right. 1, 2, 3,
10.
6. Oh.
Because I'm dancing to the rhythm of my dance. If I talk about myself. Now, if you tell me you rate my dancing might be what? If you had to rate my dancing, what would you rate it at?
I rate it as a 10.
Right. It's always a 10. You know why? My body is moving, and that's what dancing is. And I just thought this was funny. I thought this was funny because
I'm going to stick to my 6, though, right now.
I have a whole story about dancing and moving my body and, finding a gratitude in the way my body moves. And there is the story that Batia started us with about failure and success.
Yeah.
I have always, as a Black woman, I have always felt like a failure in dancing.
Oh, wow.
And I won't allow myself to dance publicly because I'm not going to hear the rhythm that you hear or that most of the people in the room hear. And all of my experiences with dancing, I found someone in the party or on the wall or find themselves start laughing when they see me the way I dance. Yeah. So this was a very funny question because for me, I'm hearing the sound that I'm hearing. I'm moving my body to the sound that I hear, and somebody else's projection of that has caused me to be afraid to move my body publicly the way my body moves.
Yep.
So I will close into myself, and in this moment, this is a gift to me, because who gets to dictate how my body moves to the rhythm that I'm hearing? And why do we think that it's our job to point somebody out who's not dancing according to the way you feel they should dance? Yeah. I mean, how many times have you posted videos or seen videos of somebody dancing and you made a joke out of it because that was the way their body moved, because they don't have no rhythm according to you and your cultural norms or according to you and the things that you believe in. Yeah. Their body is moving to the sound and the rhythm that they hear. And, I never find those jokes funny. They're just not funny to me. They're not funny to me because it's always an undercurrent of belittling someone or shaming someone for the way that they felt that they wanted to show up and put it on film to an African beat, and their body is not rhythming the way your body rhythms to African beats, but their body is still moving and still dancing and still rhythming. So it's always, anytime I see those posts, I always want to put a comment in the comments that's not funny. Yeah. That dishonors the person, but that's because it's my own story. Mm-hmm. And I guess I was in the lineup of people who dance that way. Yeah. So it's like you see it reflected. I see it reflected back. And I see how often we take something that's so beautiful, which is body movement, and we have an opinion on how it should be and how you should do it. And how many times somebody walked up to me and said, "Catch the beat"? Do you know how offensive that is? Do you know how dishonoring that is to the beat that I hear? Because I'm not going to hear your beat. So it would be like me coming up to you and the thing that I'm the strongest in, and I'm saying, "Catch the beat.
Catch up.
What you doing?" I would never do that because you're on your own timing. So why would I come in and suddenly I need to shift your timing? Yeah. because I feel like I have the answers for your timing.
But then I think that does, if I broaden the whole, if you broaden the whole conversation, a person that is anywhere actively judging you or feeling like you should move in a certain way, that's because they have in themselves an ingrained belief that they should be moving in a certain kind of way, that they should be, the same judgment that they holding out towards you is the same judgment that they hold towards themselves.
Maybe. But if you think about movement, like if you think about a tree moving in the wind, right? Not every tree moves the same in the wind.
Yeah.
And have you studied every tree to see if an oak tree...
Imagine I'm like, that tree is not moving right.
Right. The willow tree doesn't
that tree
move
is
like
not,
the oak
that
tree.
tree is moving wrong.
Like, really?
But I think something for me, because dancing has never been really my strong point either. It's never been... It never gave what, like... And I think it is because all of the dialogue around it, all of the... it's like... And I take my time to learn. I'm pretty meticulous. I want to figure out every movement. I want to figure out every step. And people are like, it's just that ain't me. That ain't how I'm operating on that level.
But why not?
I think that...
Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you just operate and show up? Like, I've been invited to Kavivia's and Naor's dance class. And the first thing I told her was, I probably won't come. And she said, actually, it's very free-spirited. Like, we go away from that concept that you're talking about. We actually go away from it, and we just admire how the body move.
Yeah.
And that was an invitation for the first time. I done been to almost in the community. I done attempted it in various attempts. And why don't you move your hips this way? Why you stiff right here?
Yeah.
And it just always seemed like it came. So it pushed me away, shined me away.
People also, like, are, I feel like, overly entitled to tell you like what you should or should not be doing. But I was saying, I feel like something that has helped me, just with myself, I don't really care. It's just other cultures.
Yes.
I need to step out of this right here. Yeah. Get this out of the way. I can't do it here. This ain't the space I can do it right now. And just tap into other cultures, and it's always lighter, more fun, more energetic.
I did square dancing.
I was about to say, I did
square dancing. And when I told people from my community that I did square dancing, I loved it. It was with a whole lot of older Southern people, right? And it was just so much fun. It was just so light.
Yeah.
It was just such a joy to just move my body, to catch on to the flow of the rhythm, to be able to get it. And it was like, what? You are jamming.
Yeah.
Right? And I felt a sense of belonging in the world of dancing in there, right?
Yeah.
So for most people, it's like, what? I took belly dancing class.
I was about to say,
right?
Yeah, I love belly dancing.
Quite naturally, I'm not going to make a profession out of belly dancing, but I wanted to go somewhere else to see, to experience it. And when I go to the to festivals, it's so liberating. It's so free. People
so
just free.
They
just feel the music.
It's light.
They just move.
Yeah.
It's light. It's not. You know, did you step? Did you get the quarter of the A?
Left, right.
The turn. What you like? Bavakasha.
No,
it just ain't for me. It's just the freedom of movement.
It's a drag.
It's a duty and responsibility.
Exactly. Like,
it's not
I
fun.
don't even want to do this. This isn't even something that I even feel comfortable in. I'm not even. It's a kol tov. And then I think, like, especially like when you find teva. I love Mesibo Teva. Somebody take me. But no, I love Mesibo Teva. I love tantim. I love something to do to my brain.
But then how do you find the gratitude even in the judgment that they have?
Yeah.
Because I have found the gratitude, and I just admire watching dance.
Yeah.
I admire you being able to get that step and be able to be in flow with it with yourself. I think what I'm so grateful of is when I witness somebody sink into themselves. And they bring forth whatever their creativity is.
I admire you, Kavivia and Naor.
Oh my.
Y'all are so talented.
But
it's like you can feel.
I admire the other dance teachers too. I admire all dance when I see it. I admire art.
I was about to say, when that's like two people, the y'all whole little collective too. Yeah. When you see it, I'm watching art and movement.
Ooh,
I'm watching art and movement. I'm watching a story. I'm feeling something. I love it. It ignites something in you. And it's all styles of dance. It's not just one style of dance. So it's just It's phenomenal.
It's freedom. It's
Freedom.
allowance.
Yeah,
It's liberation. It's presence. It's a love story, along with a freedom story, along with just so much expansion.
And it can carry the pain.
Right.
It can carry. Oh, right. I love it.
I love to see him dance too, because he can carry the essence and the pain and the love and the joy. And to see somebody's body be able to do that, we done went off on a whole dance portion about the dance, because that's a big to do, but in my world at least. And thank you, podcast and listeners and viewers and card. Yeah. So what's the thing in your life that someone has made fun of or ridiculed that's a natural flow for you? That when you do it, you find yourself stopping because you don't want to hear what somebody's going to say. I just remember at Conky's Conky's celebration of life, I was pumped up because this girl has so much life in her that I didn't care. I didn't care what you thought about me and how my body moved. I was there to celebrate somebody that I loved, who had championed the process of life, of letting go, of surrendering, of going into the next realm, of which I haven't been, that I recall to have a memory of what it was, but just to witness the experience that she experienced, and she was so filled with life. I wanted to bring all my life that night, and then he got me to dance, and he was so funny. He said, "You really can't dance." And it was so light for me. It was so fun because I knew that he had not an ounce of judgment in his spirit or his energy. And it was just laughter because I told them the story. And, when you feel that you are seen or viewed from the eyes of love, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters.
And when we're able to see ourselves always through the eyes of love, nothing else matters. Yeah.
Wow.
How can somebody else's judgment harm you?
It doesn't harm, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing myself, and I'm allowing myself to see you through the eyes of love. Even if you having a negative, quote unquote, experience or moment with me and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, that really has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That's you having an experience. And now I'm attaching myself to your
the
experience.
Yep.
And really, if you can keep yourself out of the attachment of somebody else's experience, pretty much you're going to tap into that gratitude.
Yeah.
So even, I'm grateful for it all.
Yeah.
Good and better and beautiful. I'm thankful for it all. The good, bad, and beautiful.
Yeah. So much to be grateful for. Always. In every moment. Sometimes if it's a quiet moment, if you see me do this, then you seen. But I like to tap in. I'm like, what's 4 things you're grateful for? What's 4 things you're grateful for right now? I'm grateful for. Tap it in.
All right, y'all. I think that was pretty cool. Let us know. Give us feedback.
Let us know if you were grateful for this episode.
Right. And if you would.
And if you're
not, you can say that as well.
We're
grateful for it all.
We're grateful for
expression.
Don't ever hold it. But
we're gonna check out and ask you to be grateful for it all.
Yeah.
One love.